This video is brought to you by Toyota.
Hi, I'm Paul Lasko.
I'm George C. Hines. The one that just now, with help, I've been reminded of the 66 session. The varsity 8, junior varsity 8, the quadruple skulls, and the double skulls scored as the top in their event. It took me about 3 days to realize it. For most part, until 1966, we only rode in used equipment. Through the generosity of the University of Pennsylvania, I had access to a good used 8 from year to year for my crews. In 1966 or 67, I think, the word came down. The parents of the LaSalle High School crew have obtained an 8-oared shell with oars for the LaSalle High School crew. Go up to the freight yard and see to it that it gets off of the car. And the story is, I find it long in the tooth, but the deal was done with the use of top value stamps and high value stamps plus cash. But however, we had that new boat. But up to that time, from the time I started coaching, I maintained the rowing equipment.
We had won the schoolboy national championship the prior year. We had 3 from that boat coming back. So we had 3 seniors who were juniors the prior year winning the national schoolboys coming back, and they were kind of the nucleus of this boat. To that was added a few more seniors and a couple of 3 or 4 juniors. So we had a strong crew. We had a strong spring campaign in the Manny Flicks. I don't remember how competitive. I know we had a good junior varsity, as George said. So that's what makes a boat fast, is having somebody that wants your seat. And so I credit the junior varsity and George for making us fast. And we may have been undefeated going into that Stotesbury Cup. Our main rival, Washington Lee, who had dominated schoolboy rowing in the previous decade, was going to be our main competition again, but we had the better of him that day.
50 years later.
Stotesbury was, as it is now, a very big event. It's interesting, maybe it was the tradition that I'm not fully informed on, but there would be crews come from California, Redwood City, for example, to the Stotesbury, who would not go to the Scholastic Championships. So Stotesbury had a pretty good claim on being the premier scholastic event, at least in the 50s and 60s, and now it's as we all know, it's grown leaps and bounds with the addition of women. Well, there'll be 3 of the 4 crews that George mentioned will be there. The double will be present, the representatives of the quad. Quad is more dispersed, but everyone from the 8 will be present. One of our number is not physically capable of rowing. He's in good mental shape, but he's suffering some Parkinson's. So our coxswain, who grew up to be bigger than your typical coxswain, will be, and rowed, I think, his junior and senior years, Ace Johnson. Ace will be taking Frank Wesner's 6th seat for our row-by, but we'll have everyone else there, which, I should say, no, Steve Fox's brother, Ed Fox, will be sitting in. As George said, this is a great opportunity. Rowing in the Stotesbury to premier, you really show yourself off. George, more than me, as much as me, earned me a scholarship to St. Joe's College for rowing, and I got to compete in the Dead Hill as George did. But it was really George and the Stotesbury and the Schoolboy Nationals that gave me that opportunity.
This video is brought to you by Toyota.